Hi guys, my name is Chelsko. I'm a singer-songwriter from Malibu, California. Growing up in Malibu and my upbringing in general inspired me to be a singer, but an overall artist, because my parents were very, very supportive. My dad is an architect, so I definitely have that right brain, but also because he's an architect, he's a little more mathematical and strategic. So I definitely have that part of me, that business element to me. Growing up, I always dreamt of being a singer, but it was something like, a firefighter or like anything a little kid just kind of dreams of. When I look back, I do remember being like 9, 10, and being on this swing out in our property and just swinging and envisioning all these music videos. Like, never did I ever think that here I would be years later, like having actual videos that I could look at, and they're like my babies that I've got to see come into life. And so it's just been something really creative. I mean, really incredible, but it wouldn't have happened without my parents there supporting me 100% and supporting that growth and that creativity. Okay. This is all, I could spend 5 minutes just talking about the song alone. So last year during the Woolsey Fires, I ended up making a song called Malibu Flames. When we got evacuated from my house, didn't have anywhere to go. My boyfriend at the time that was with me, the relationship was very, very unhealthy. Someone told me at one point that sometimes when stuff is going on internally, it's almost as if the world around you shows it externally. And for me, that's what felt like was happening. It was so toxic. It was getting so, so bad in my relationship. And then here I am looking around and there's literally fires. So I released all of that into the song called Malibu Flames. It's not just about thinking my house was for sure gone, being a nomad, not being out of a house for weeks. It was like 6 weeks, I think, before we finally got back to my house. But also the abuse and the turmoil that was going on within myself and within my relationship. So that song definitely has deep meanings to me, because it is definitely two meanings going on, and it's a really powerful song, and I hope that other girls can hear it and feel like, just like in the same way they can escape, just like I did, they can choose to walk away and they can choose to be treated better. I'm pretty sure my new music video, Faithful, which I haven't even seen yet, which hopefully I can give you a preview right here, but it's gonna come out in like a matter of weeks. We just filmed it. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be my favorite by far. I got to ride horse, I got to dance, it was very freeing, and then very empowering experience for me doing the Faithful music video, because it was the completion of the song and a really big healing process for me. But other than that, the one that's out so far, Masterpiece, is definitely my favorite. It was filmed right next to the house where Lana Del Rey filmed her music video, and it's just very, very aesthetically pleasing. I just really love it. All of my music videos, I come up with the concepts of them. There's a lot of time. There is a lot of time and effort that goes into my music videos. The production value, I got very, very, very blessed with an amazing team. Chris, which you can see on all the bottom of my music videos in the credits, it is the same guy that has done all my music videos. I trust him with my life, and I think he has like the most loyal customer ever, because I know that he'll be true to myself. And sometimes the stories that I give him, and I'm like, Chris, this is what I want done, and he's like, oh my gosh, we don't have $70 million. I have these just crazy ideas because I am a visual artist at heart. Yes, I wanted to be a singer as a kid, and then I went into visual arts, thought I was going to do visual arts, then I went to theater and thought I was going to do theater, and then it came all around full circle back to singing. but that visual art part of me is really, really deep in me. And so for me, that visual and the music coming together is super profound and important. So all of my music videos, I would say some of them, I almost come up with the visual before I even come up with the song. So I put in these concepts, I give them to him. He knows how to get banging production quality. So it all comes together and it just ends up being this beautiful butterfly. About my acting and modeling. My acting, the way that I know this sounds really corny, but it's very true. The way that I describe my acting and my music is that one is my soul and one is my heart. And I think we can all agree they're very similar, but they're different. To me, acting is my heart. I spent so much time. It's such a tangible thing. I have a degree in theater. I spent years studying Shakespeare. I enjoy the magic of and the psychology of diving into another person's mind and seeing, you know, how they think and trying to really literally walk in someone else's shoes. That's what I love about the magic of acting. But on the other hand, singing is me pouring out my soul, my pain, my joy, things, my human experience, and hoping that someone else can resonate with mine. So in a way, it's like I feel like with my acting, I'm trying to resonate with others, and with my singing, I'm releasing my story and hoping others can resonate with me and learn from my mistakes, learn from the things I did right, etc., etc. Modeling, I remember at a very young age, I kind of started dabbling in modeling and was just told, like, you know, you're too short, blah, blah, blah. Finally, I got down to a body weight that was probably a little too thin, and I got an agent, and they were like, yes, we're signing her. It was still really difficult for me. My parents weren't all the way on board. You have to really have one of those parents that's just like gung-ho, taking you to auditions all the time, and I don't think that necessarily is the best thing either. I had a mom that was more concerned with me loving the Lord and being a kid, and I don't, well, I can't regret that. I can't take it back anyways, but I'm grateful for that. But it also made me realize, like, I don't know if I want to do modeling so much as because I want to really challenge myself, and theater to me seemed more of an intellectual stimulus where I could, dive into that more, and it would help me, like, kind of dig deeper into myself. So I do modeling sometimes, but it's very rare, and it's just like Instagram stuff and side money here and there. I did a pageant once, which was really interesting experience. All politics, never did it again. But mostly my heart goes out for my acting and my singing. Art is so important in every period of your life, but especially in times like this. You look back on, the plague, and that's when some of the greatest comedies were made. You look back on Shakespeare and all of these times where a lot of pain was going and people were able to experience comedic relief. Now, comedy is one way. Another way is is escapism, by going and seeing someone's life that's greater than yours, or maybe a little crazier than yours, or this or that, all these different things that get us to get out of our psychological kind of wall that we get put in when we're going through really difficult things. So now is better time than ever to really use art and the gifts that we have. And as artists, I feel like so responsible during this time to be spreading joy and to be using what we were gifted to do, to give back to people who, when sometimes they don't need us and sometimes we don't need them. And that's how the circle of life goes. And right now it's like, as artists, it's our time to give back, to be the joy and the light in other people's world that they might not see anywhere else. So, my list could go on forever to why art is important, but in the end of the day, I really, really feel like the most important thing for me in art is to speak out for those that don't have a voice, and to try to reach those that don't want to listen. During this quarantine, I have not only had the opportunity to finish my song Faithful and the music video, which is a huge blessing, but on top of it, I have just gotten the opportunity to start a song with a girl in Germany, and that is going to be my second but first release, because I haven't released it yet, contemporary Christian song, and she's going to be singing in German and I'm going to be singing in English, so I'm really excited about that, and a couple other artists that I'm starting to work with. So it's just been like an incredible time, but more than anything, I've been working on staying home and working on me and working on my family and enjoying them and spending time putting down my phone and reading books and bike riding, and I want to get back into painting. It's just really been an amazing time, and I really challenge you guys not to waste it, because before you know it, you're going to be back at work and you're going to be back doing this and that, and you're going to be like, I wish I was still in quarantine, not having to wake up, or being able to wake up and do my work on my computer, or being able to go into a Zoom meeting in my pajamas rather than have to actually go into this office. It's a challenging time, but again, it's one of those things you can look at it as a curse or a blessing. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to this and supporting this movement and all of us artists together. Even if you're not an artist, take some time to grab a pencil or a paintbrush if you have one, or just a pen, and go write a poem. You might find that you do have an artistic side in you, and there's something so freeing and empowering about getting that out on paper or recording it on your phone. Take some time for you and take some time with your family, and really just try to appreciate this time, because we're gonna be looking at it for years from now, and part of us is gonna miss it. Masterpiece, masterpiece,